So the significance of really recognizing and celebrating people during the summer solstice, which is June 21st, is really because it's, in addition to being the longest day, it's a nice contrast to the winter solstice, which is the longest night of the year. And typically that means people who are experiencing homelessness and living outdoors are on the street at night for longer periods of time, versus the summer solstice, you know, the sun's out, life is happening, nature is happening. This is an opportunity and a chance for new beginnings and new life. Yeah, with programs like ours, and specifically medical respite, it's so important to have not only community support, but really strong collaboration and collaborative partners. And so it's just such a great opportunity to be able to work with housing providers, other homeless service providers, mental health providers, to really surround the person that we're working with to give them everything that they need so they can progress out of homelessness, or at least start to progress out of homelessness.
I think many people, and I was one of them, feel afraid of homeless people or stigmatize them because they're currently experiencing homelessness. And I think one of the things I've realized doing this is that if you imagine a ladder that somebody who's currently experiencing homelessness has to climb, I've realized that some of the rungs are missing. So if you don't have somebody to give you a hand up to the next level, and the next level after that, you're not going to get there in all likelihood.
With a lot of folks, when we house them in the beginning, it's scary for them. They almost don't believe it's theirs. It takes, you know, time if they've been chronically homeless. And then a year later, you can just see the difference in their eyes and see just how great they're doing. So luckily and gratefully, we all work together. New Horizon and Mental Health and Salvation Army and Miracle Hill and Triune and United Housing Connections and United Ministries, and just to name a few.
A lot of our clients feel like people have given up on them. Our clients, they just are willing to give it their all, give it their everything in order to work with us. My role here as a resident and community advocate is to make sure that I provide the opportunity for these individuals to understand what it's like to live life outside of homelessness.
So the journey from homelessness into a place to call home is not an easy process for these folks, for our folks. Each individual has overcome huge obstacles, barriers, to get where they are today. And it's important that we bring light to their story, because they all have a story.
When I met Nurse Kimball, I was in the shelter, and me and Miss Kimball been good friends. Since then, she took real good care of me, helped me out with a lot of problems that I had. I feel I can trust her and depend on her getting everything done for me. I had to get the help from her to get where I'm at today. I've been having surgeries back to back. When I think I'm getting better, something else will pop up. But I thank the good Lord. I thank the good Lord that He gave me somebody I could put my trust in. And I went and talked to her, and she helped me out. And then she went to Mary Kay and talked to Mary Kay for me. And that's how I got this.
Knowing that you can help somebody that needs it, and knowing that they came from probably one of the lowest points in their life, and with hard work and their hard work and determination, you can get them in a house like John and get them on their way to do better things, greater things, and then John pays it forward, because John's pretty amazing.
She called me one Saturday. I said, what Miss Kimball called me for? And when she called me, she said, Mr. Lord, don't eat no lunch, don't eat nothing. I'm gonna take you out to eat. I said, she gonna take me out to eat? I said, okay. I just eat breakfast. I won't eat no lunch. And she took me by here. She took me out to eat first, then we came by here. I said, I like it. And then 2 days later, Mary Kay called me. And Mary Kay said, Mr. Locke, get your stuff packed. I already had my stuff packed in my locker anyway. I was ready to go anyway. And that's how I got to be here. And she helped me move in, helped me get what I need, and she stuck by me.
At some point, I will let me carry the hope for you. And as we walk on this journey, get a place of your own. And I always tell them, it's like, I promise to give it back. And so when they move in, I have my own way of just communicating where they've come and where they are now in terms of, wow, you know.
But I tell you, watching and working with John for as long as we have, and with the medical trauma that he had to endure, John has never quit. John has never given up. And I think it's been a really good collaborative partnership because John was able to lean on us and we were able to lean on John and really work together to get him into a better state, to get him out of homelessness.
I appreciate what people do for me. You know, you gotta give respect. If you don't give respect for yourself and show love for yourself, you can't give love to nobody else. I love myself and I love Miss Kimball for everything she did for me. And this is the greatest thing ever happened to me in my life.
I was homeless at the time and living out on the streets, and that's when the accident happened, when I was going down a hill and twisted my ankle. Well, I actually went to the emergency room, and that's when I found out. I mean, as soon as they did x-rays, they said that there was definitely going to have to be an operation. I was in a wheelchair for like 3.5 months. So I come to the rescue mission and they have a respite care unit. And so I was able to go in respite care. So I was able to lay in there and get rest, and through respite care they, you know, helped make my doctor's appointments, you know, make sure I had the medicine that I needed, and made sure that I had transportation backwards and forwards to the doctor's appointments for follow-ups and for surgery also.
So when I actually met Scotty, he was scooting around in an office chair because he didn't have a wheelchair. Scotty had surgery about 2 weeks later, I guess, and came to respite, and he stayed in respite with us for a while. But Scotty is a mover and a shaker. He doesn't like to sit still. He doesn't like to be stagnant. Once he started working that front desk and was able to help the other guys, you slowly saw the new Scotty, the happy Scotty, the humongous hearted Scotty.
Well, it felt really good because if, you know, being homeless and no income, and most of my family had passed away, so I didn't really have family to call on. And so, you know, there was actually no way that I would have been able to survive out on the street. So respite care has been a real blessing to me. You know, I'm walking really good today. I got me a job as residential support at the Miracle Hill Rescue Mission. And the job is really good. And I try to be a blessing to other people and to give back. So Miracle Hill has been a big blessing, God sent, to people that maybe don't have family or, you know, resources of help. And so respite care, Miracle Hill, United Ministries, and even the food banks and different people in the communities, the different organizations are really a big help here in the upstate and Greenville County.
First of all, I'm very obviously thrilled for Scotty. I mean, this is an amazing move forward in his life, and he has done a lot of hard work to get to here. And so my congratulations are all to him for what he has done. it's so exciting for me to see something like this happen, to know that, yes, we have had a part in it, but so have so many other organizations. One of the wonderful things about Greenville is that all the organizations that serve the homeless work together amazingly well. And we've got one single focus, which is how can we together best help this individual.
Now Scotty went from being on the street, breaking a bone, coming to respite, being in respite for 2 surgeries, leaving respite and going straight into a job in the place that was helping him get back on his feet. And now he's got his own apartment and he's doing fantastic. He is doing absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, so I think it's super important to recognize these individuals, just to celebrate them and everything that they've overcome in life. I've met some amazing people that come from absolutely nothing, and they stay here. It takes a little bit of time, but they are willing to overcome whichever barrier that it is. And when they do, it's glorious. For me, deep down, I am just doing backflips and super cheerful for them. And I'm just grateful that they trust in me.
Celebrating the story is so important because it allows us to see where a person was and where they are now. You can really see growth. And I always say, and this is the important thing, I just guided that person. We guided them into that home. This is your accomplishment. You did this.
Kind of taking a deep sigh of joy. That's of joy, and just like, well done, to that person. But I think in reflecting back over their journey and the process, what comes to me is joy. Joy for that person. Well, they've allowed us to walk this journey with them and overcome huge obstacles. My hope is that someday we have a world without homelessness. But what we can do now is reduce the numbers in our community. And we're already doing that, but I think it's just a time of celebration for each of these individuals.
What I would say to other individuals experiencing homelessness is don't lose hope. There are folks out there who want to help, who can help, this is just what we do. This is what we're here for. And we're gonna meet you where you're at, and we're gonna go at your pace, and we're gonna focus on the things that you need, not the things that we need for you, because those are 2 different things. But we wanna help you in the way that makes sense for you. So I would encourage folks to really, if you need help, reach out, or we're gonna reach out to you. Either way, let's build a team. Let's work together, and let's get to a point where we can share more stories of success.
And I'm glad to be here. I tell anybody, what I went through, I wish nobody would go through, because they might not make it. Some people make it, some people don't. But I can say I made it through what I've been through. And I appreciate all the help from Miss Kimball. I appreciate the help from mental health, Miss Mary Kay. I appreciate the help from Greenville Rescue Mission, and I'm thankful to be here. I'm still here. I'm glad to be here and glad to do this for you. Let people know that I came a long way.
I think my future is going to be, of course, loving other people and helping other people and trying to give back and share the love that not only people have given me, but the Lord's given me. And I plan on having a real happy old age period. I'm really wanting to enjoy my old age and just enjoy life. You know what I mean?